So yesterday we discussed a short-term forecast of Bitcoin price, and as expected, after a rebound from 80K, the price under pressure from bears first dropped to $77,500, and now it has gone even lower and it is already below $76,400. So in short terms, we are still waiting for the US reaction to Iran's proposal, but today an interesting analysis of the medium and long-term prospects has arrived. So let's focus on more global factors. Please don't forget to like up this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's get started. So Bernstein Analysis released a report calling Bitcoin's recent decline to 60,000 a clear bottom. In short, their forecast is that the best is ahead for digital assets and we are in for higher and structurally longer bull cycle. And why are they so sure about this? The first factor is the influx of institutional capital. Demand from ETFs strengthens the holder base, and about 60% of the Bitcoin supply has not moved for over a year, and this is a record. The second is accumulation of cryptocurrencies by institutionals like Strategy. It alone has already accumulated 818,334 Bitcoins and attracts profitably oriented investors through the STRC product. Sailor won't stop, just like other whales. The third is to expand access to crypto products through traditional infrastructure. Spot ETF from Morgan Stanley, Charles Schwab, a platform for trading Bitcoin, and Ethereum in general, all conditions for mass adoption are gradually being created. Bernstein looks wider than just Bitcoin. The blockchain infrastructure is more actively used in settlements, payments, and tokenization. The supply of stablecoins has exceeded $300 billion, and they're becoming less dependent on market moods and more often used for real dollar payments. The RWA segment has grown to $345 billion, and it's plus 110% in annual terms. And the main contribution is private loans and treasury bonds. And that is, crypto is no longer just a toy for speculators, it's becoming a part of global financial system. Now to the numbers that, in my opinion, confirm Bernstein's forecast. So from April 20th to April 24th, cryptocurrency-based investment products attracted $1.2 billion of positive dynamics for the fourth week in a row. The total amount of assets under management has grown to $155 billion, and this is a record since the beginning of February. The main inflow is into Bitcoin, of course, $933 million. Meanwhile, instruments for short positions attracted only 16.5 million. The ratio is about 60-1 in favor for the long ones, of course. Ethereum funds have raised $192 million. Interest in the asset has been maintained for the third week in a row. In the United States is the main source of inflows, of course, $1.1 billion. Germany showed a twofold increase to 61.7 million. Switzerland and Canada are also in the green zone. A separate trend, a sharp increase in the interest in shares of blockchain companies. In 3 weeks, $670 million was invested in ETFs based on these securities. Institutional investors don't just buy Bitcoin, they buy mining companies, exchanges, and custodians, basically the entire structure. And all of this is happening with geopolitical uncertainty. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed and oil is $100. Can you imagine what will happen when the conflict is resolved? As for me, we see the same thing as at the beginning of all the previous Bitcoin rallies. All necessary conditions are gradually developing for a planned growth. And again, this is just my personal opinion. And by the way, if you want to buy and trade cryptocurrencies, I would like to remind you again about the sponsor of my channel, which I used long before the channel was created. OKX Exchange is the best and most transparent solution for traders today. If you want to join and get welcome bonuses while supporting my channel as well, see the link in the description down below. All right, now I think it's worth discussing the situation around Kelp, which was supposed to collapse after the $290 million hack, and Aave lost 17 billion deposits, and the TVL of the sector dropped from 99 to $83 billion. And what do you know? They did not collapse, but on contrary, the protocols have joined together in a DeFi United initiative, and they have collected more than 132,000 Ethereum, which is more than $302 million, and this amount covered the damage caused by the hack. The largest donors are Mental, 30,000 Ethereum, DAO Aave, 25,000 Ethereum, and approximately 30,700 Ethereum was recovered by freezing stolen assets in the Arbitrum. Aave founder Stanik Ulichov personally donated 5,000 Ethereum, and EtherFi and Lido Finance contributed 5,000 Ethereum and 2,500 respectively. On April 27, a Consensus and its founder Joseph Lubin joined the gathering, and they contributed 30,000 Ethereum. Compound is ready to transfer up to 3,000 Ethereum. The Avalanche Foundation supported the initiative, and Renzo has provided over $10 million in liquidity. And this is an unprecedented case because DeFi has never been united on such a scale. The Aave developers have published a recovery plan. The funds will be used to replenish the affected locked box in order to return a restaked Ethereum token to the original exchange rate of 1.07 Ethereum. The project will forcibly eliminate the hackers' positions in Aave and Compound, and this will return about 13,000 Ethereum. And after the restoration of the collateral, a restaked Ethereum will be exchanged for Ethereum through the standard Kelp payment procedure, and the assets received will be used to recover the deficit. Victims of hacking can already check the compensation amount on the Recovery Fund website, and payments will begin on April 30th. The outflow of funds from DeFi has stopped. The TVL sector has stabilized at $83.3 billion, and it's still far from $99 billion before the hack, but the trend is encouraging, TVL Aave holds about $14.1 billion, and in 10 days, the metric has decreased by $12 billion, but critical mass is preserved. Glassnode analysts note that the spot CBD, reflecting of the activity of the market buyers, increased by 199% over the week. The unrealized profit and loss index improved from -7.4 to -3.5%, and the share of the plus offer reached 63.9%. And there are fewer unprofitable investors, and their pressure on the quotes is weakening. And that's going to be it for today. Link to OKX is in the description. Subscribe, click on that notification bell, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.